Can you help? Here. Here. How can I? No. Smokey Bear, how you doing, buddy? Uh, Obviously the words on this hat are backwards, correct? I wonder if we can. What's that do? Nope. So, Aaron, how you doing? Brent Fletcher, hello. And I'm sorry for I when I did the starter last week. I noticed I never paid attention, but when I'm in this selfie mode, it acts like a mirror on my end. Charlie Roberts, hello. Growth 5188, hello. And I see no options about uh, how to flip this around. I hit my little camera option, and all it does is do that, and then do that. And so, hello, Mom. How you doing? There's Devin. Yep, made it home. Frank Niles. Hello. Anyway, we got the starter. We got the new starter for the Metro, and it's been raining here, and I was trying to document some of the weather, but I was really trying to catch the lightning and thunder, but none of that. Every time I turned the camera on, it wouldn't do it, and as soon as I turn the camera off, I get a lightning bolt. And I sat here for about 45 minutes trying to catch some good thunder and lightning, because it just sounds awesome. I love thunder and lightning. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and now that the sun's back out and the cell has blown by, we're gonna put the starter in the Geo. I hope. Did some measuring. Some of the measurements are awful damn close, and some of them are giving me concern. And what I thought we'd start with is we're going to compare the two pieces, which is something you should always do. You shouldn't just rip it out of the box and try and shove it in. So, give me a minute here, and we'll get y'all all sorted out. Obviously, the sun's out, so I'm going to have to turn the fan on. That's going to make a little bit of noise. But that fan is also what I've got y'all powered up with. So bear with me. Get all the life support products going here. Alright, I'm gonna find something to stabilize y'all against. Here we go. This is what's going to keep y'all from falling over. Battery's charged up, so I should be able to unplug y'all for a little bit. and walk you over to the car. So turn the fan on. You're gonna have a little bit of a rumble, but I think it'll be reasonable. Okay, now, so I've got y'all using the cameras I usually use out the front of the truck, so I can't see your comments at the moment. Okay, what it is, what I was just showing you. When I use that selfie camera, or however you want to describe it, everything's backwards. And so anyway, so I just thought this is kind of critical. I thought I'd use a proper camera. Alright, so here's our old starter. Okay, and there's some measurements that are critical. I mean, you buy it from the parts house, it should be right. Okay, and so, but one thing Dad always taught me was everything is a product of the hand of man, and people make mistakes. So anyway, and I figured I'd show you one of my little tools here. This is called a vernier caliper, and you can actually measure things down to 1/1000th of an inch with this. Okay, and so, and we're not getting that critical. The neat thing is you can take it and open it like this, and you can lay it on a certain thing you're concerned with, like that. Okay, and then you can just pick it up and lay it right there, and see if what you're concerned with is even close. Okay, so let's spin around here. Alright, and we're really not worried about the number. Okay, we're really not, because of what this tool does here. We now just have an actual physical representation, okay, of that measurement, just like that. Okay, and so then what we do is we just lay it on the other part, and it's awful damn close. Okay, that's, if anything, this one right here is probably, no, they're identical. Okay, so anyway, vernier caliper. And for what it matters, let's see, it's been years since I've tried to read this. We're going to go with, alright, so the top scale is millimeters, the bottom scale is inches. So we'll go with inches for right now. That's 1, that's 2, okay, and then you have to get your glasses out now. It's 2.9 2.95 it's like 2 point, probably, yeah, 2.95 3, I think. Anyway, it's there's a learning process involved, because you have to line stuff up. So anyway, but that measurement's close. All of the measurements are real close. The only thing I'm really concerned about is this hole right here, the shoulder on it is not as deep on this one as it is on this one. Okay, and y'all can see that, I'm sure. This is a deep shoulder. This one's actually only about half as deep. There's a roll pin, a metal roll pin that actually lives in the bell housing that slides in there. And anyway, we're going to bolt this thing. We're going to try and bolt this thing in and see what happens. So we've already cleaned up our bolts. Those original mounting bolts. And we're going to go see about bolting this thing in. Oh, so anyway, back to this is an AutoZone lifetime warranty starter. Okay, I bought it last week. They finally delivered it. I'll never have to buy this again. Okay, that doesn't mean I won't have to replace it again. But if I ever do have to replace it, I don't have to pay for it. Okay, now there's a $40 core charge. Okay, this starter, they want this starter back. If I take it back to them, they'll give me 40 bucks. Okay, but the thing is, it took me a week to get this. And it upsets me that the car was down for a week just waiting for this to arrive. So what we're going to do is, once we get this in, once we're sure that it works, once we're sure that it's happy, we're going to have this one rebuilt and we're going to put it on the shelf. Okay, now yes, I'm going to spend some more money, but the next time that this one fails, this one goes right in. Okay, there's no waiting a week. Alright, once this one's in, I take this one to the store, I get another one, and it goes on the shelf. Okay, now once that's how it goes. We will simply keep one on the shelf at the house and will never be down for a week again. Okay, so let's step over well, let's get some tools up first. Hold on. And this box will be what I use to keep it on the shelf, so we're not throwing the box away. Now it seems to me I remember that I had to use an end wrench. Okay, so these bolts are 12 for that. And that nut is not a 12, it's probably a 13. Alright, there. Now, whoop, hold on. Unplugged. Let's go and set this right here for right now. Alright, even though this part is new, you always want to check the fasteners that are on it. Okay, just because something's new doesn't mean you can trust it yet. Alright, now this is going to be loose because I got to put a wire on there, so I ain't too worried about it. But this one right here, we want to make sure this is tight. So we'll snug that up a little bit, and then that's not a good size. That's snug. That's snug. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips heads we gotta check. Hold on. Two. Yeah, that one took a little bit. 3. 4. Okay. Yeah, never assume just because something's new that it's perfect. Okay? That right there will get you in trouble faster than anything. Okay, so we're going to unplug y'all. Pretty sure we got enough power here. Should be damn near 100%. Over to the car. See if we can find a safe place to rest y'all where you can see what's going on without shorting the battery out with the phone. Let's see here. Yeah. Something about like that. Okay. Alright, so take this guy and slide it on down in there. Yeah. Ooh, there's a gasket. Ooh, shim. Okay, so this kind of confirms what I was concerned about. It's not going home directly because those holes are acting slightly different size. I'm going to let that rest down there for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get the bolts in, because there's wires, there's hoses, there's all sorts of crap in the way. And then there's one right there. Right, and y'all can almost see it. I can't. This is all by touchy feel right here. Yeah, that ain't work. Come on, don't drop that. Where are you? Quite a distance away. Okay. Alright, now the shim is in there, so we're going to have to make sure it remains. Yep. Okay. There we go. Alright, now this guy back up. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I may have to get some tools out here. Alright. Alright, so spin, 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 spin. Almost. Not quite. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Get in there. There you go. Alright, that one started. Feels like it started. Alright. I'm gonna have to get a socket and a swivel for that other one. I'll be right back. Now it's a beautiful sunny day. It was raining 20 minutes ago. I mean, it was just flat storming almost. Right, so, there's a socket, a swivel, maybe. Come on, get on there. All right. Oh, well, that didn't help, did it? Now, tell you what, let's just try and get it started without the ratchet to begin with. Got the bottom one going. Come on, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to reach. Alright, come on. Get on there. I may have to start digging. I used to have some 1/4-inch drive stuff. So, they're in boxes, no telling what era I used them in. I got a bunch of boxes that, depending on what I'm doing, there we go. I may, you know, I'll have an empty box and have a specific job I want to do. And instead of taking a whole big box, I'll build a small one with just the right tools I need. Alright. Okay. And this bottom one that I'm working on right now, it wasn't even installed in the last starter. Alright, so what I was dealing with earlier that I was talking about is there's like a shoulder pin, I guess would be a good term, that slides in the bore of those holes, and the diameter is a little bit different, so I don't want to get too aggressive with these bolts until I'm sure everything's home. And those roll pins, sometimes they'll slide. They're designed to kind of move around. I mean, they maintain the position as far as the diameter goes, but they're not necessarily bottomed in the hole. And so I'm anticipating that I may have to put some tension on it, but not tighten it yet, to move that pin down in the hole. See, like right now, there's a big gap there, although it's got tension on it. Alright, so that's upsetting me. You can't get too aggressive with this thing. Although it's snug, but it continues to move. Okay. Alright, so I think that's what's happening. That roll pin is sliding down in its hole. And once it bottoms, then we're going to have to get it to slide into the starter. It's just a matter of snugging this stuff up. Come on. Wires, hoses, just all sorts of stuff in the way. Yep, there it goes. Okay, it's going home.
Yep, it's loosening up. It's actually the tensions, the tension on the bolt, the resistance, and I see the gap closing, so everything's fine. Now at that point, almost home, she's gonna start trying to snug up. Okay, we don't want to tighten it all the way until we get the other side tight. So now we gotta finesse this. Okay, now we got the bottom one almost tight, so we'll go ahead and snug this one good. This one was pretty friendly with that shoulder. It all lined up. So come on, eventually you're gonna find the bottom. Come on. Almost there. And yeah, she's warm and humid here. That's my sweat you see dripping. I guess if I pointed the fan it would help, wouldn't it? Hold on. Oh, that's more better. Okay. Although 20 minutes ago. Come on. Yes. And it opens and closes. I got that simply because every time you have to loosen the damn wire, you end up wearing it out prematurely. So I installed a knife switch. I've got one on this car. Chevy. Because it's a pretty common thing for me to be disconnecting batteries. And I have had to replace batteries because the damn terminals were wore out. So now what we're going to do is that one nut for the actual positive cable. Alright, it's got a nut, it's got a lock washer and a flat washer. We got to get all three of those off and put them in a safe spot. And then we got to get that positive cable reattached. And there's that right there. We're going to go with the flat washer first. And then the lock washer. And then the little nut here. Alright. Yeah. Now this is a copper stud. Okay, it's not made of steel, so we cannot be tightening it as tight as if it was a steel bolt. It's just got to be snug. It's just got to be to the point where it'll sandwich that wire and make good electrical contact. Just stop. Now it's resisting, so we're going to snug her up. There, snug. Alright. And then there's one more wire. Where is it? I had my eye on it earlier. Where'd it go? Where's the starter wire? Oh no. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It was hanging right where it needed to be. It was. Alright, don't get excited. Hold on. I'm not getting excited. Hold on. Where is it? I had my eyeballs all over that thing earlier. Where did that wire go? I mean, it was just, it was there waving at me. Yeah, it was. Oh, I feel it. There it is. Okay, so well, something's in the way. What the hell is that? Line right up. It ain't being friendly. That's for sure. Why is that in the way? Why is that? What is that? Look at that. No, that feels like a damn vacuum line. Why in the hell would there be a vacuum line down there? Where is it? No, that's all harnesses. Okay, hold on. Wire. And something is blocking its approach. So we're going to reroute it a little bit. I don't know why that's doing what it did. There we go. Okay. There's a little study for it. Guess what, guys? That starter is installed. But I'm really concerned about that harness. What is that? There we go. It's not. Alright. I thought maybe. Okay. So let me wash my hands real quick and then we'll see if it works. Alright, y'all still here? Hello. Chris Paul, hello. Here's my brother. Holly, hello. Devin. Alright, Russ Eaton, hello. Anyway, here's my knife switch on my negative side of the battery. There, we're done. Let's see what happens here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh. Bunch of tools laying here. Don't want those flopping around. And it looks like my damn battery mount is broke too, so we'll probably have to fix that later. But I've also got door issues in this piece of crap. Now my outside driver's door latch doesn't work. So that's going to be the next project. Get over here. Get the key out. Alright, neutral. Clutch in. There it is. Alright. So, I always like to test the starter 10 times. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so now y'all are wondering why it didn't start no more. I've got my kill switch right here. Okay, that I can control the ignition with this switch right here. Come on. There you go. Alright, so and we got a loose belt. Alright. But the mighty, mighty Geo lives. And that damn engine just had idle. Can you see those damn wires flopping around? That's typical. This thing idles like a cob. It's just rough. And that thing right there. Closed right there. There ought to be something supporting that, I would think. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Fan. So fan right here. And we'll plug you all back in. Power you up here. And actually, now I'm going to have to flip you around. Now that I've done all that work, I'm going to have to flip you around here. Alright, so just to point out, you see that? It's backwards. That actually says Keen Parts. I haven't figured out how to sort that out yet. To get the camera to, when it's in selfie mode, to stop acting like a mirror. Alright, so good Lord, it took 44 minutes to do this. Alright, let's scroll back a little bit. See what my brothers, what kind of... Oh, Deb 2, you had a... Yeah, that's not a good... Yeah, somebody that breaks bolts and then charges you to... No, that's not good. Now, I'm going to tell you something, though. If the timing cover had bolts this long. Let's see, how did it go? The back of the water pump was the timing cover. And they were 5/16 bolts this long. And I worked on a fleet of police cars. And there was no way around breaking those things. Unless you had been the one that originally installed them. Okay, that was my deal. Was after I broke the bolt, after I drilled it out, did whatever, I made sure that my new bolt wouldn't do that again. I used anti-seize, I painted the bolts, I did everything I could to make sure that that wouldn't happen again. But those damn Fords, they were just prone to it. The timing, that water pump timing cover. Let's see. Chris Paul is a 94 Geo Metro. Yeah. And then again, you know, sometimes you got to break bolts to learn stuff too. Unfortunately. Miss seeing cute puppy video hellos. Okay. Smokey Hirsch is great now that her Mana came home. Oh, okay. So, oh, Holly. Oh, that's right. You got a puppy dog, I think. All right. Russ Eason. Yep. Yep, okay. Chris. Yeah, new starter in the Geo. Deb 2, yeah, I still do that every once in a while. Pray that it hits the ground. That's the best you can do. Oh, yeah, if you drop something, you pray it goes all the way. Russ, you knit? That's kind of cool. Who was it? There was a football player. He was back in the 70s and 80s. He was notorious for knitting. I don't remember his name though. But he actually kind of made it a part of his. He'd get a job advertising something, and they'd zoom in on him, and he'd be in a rocking chair knitting. And Geo, yeah, yeah. Deb 2, yeah, the mirror, if there was room for it, you're suggesting a mirror tool. Oh, speaking of that, here, hold on, I got a new tool while I was getting the starter. Alright, whoop, wait a minute. Here, y'all need to be that way. Okay. So, I paid for the starter last week, and I had my receipt, and I showed it to him. You know, somebody, I called and, you know, gave him the whole rigmarole. Hey, I'm looking at those impulse items around the register. You know, it might be a little sack of dielectric grease for your spark plugs, or some anti-seize for your brake job, whatever. I found this. Okay, and obviously it's a flashlight. Okay, and The one thing I'm concerned about is it's got button batteries. I don't think these lights are going to last that long. Okay, but the reason I got this thing, okay, it's an extension, and it's got a flexi on the end, and then on top of that, see the wrench? It's got a magnet, so you can turn the light on and stick it down in the hole and find that part that didn't hit the ground there, Deb. $3.50 at AutoZone. And I fell in love. Just whee! Love it. So, let's see here. Let's scroll. Let's see. All right, Robert Easton's left. All right, hope you had a great day too. All right. Good day for 36 Ford ordered brand new gas tank, and the windshield garnish arrived in the mail. Awesome, Robert. Very good. Alive and well. I got the day off too. Awesome. Very good, Robert. Alright, so everybody's saying hey to everybody. Devin, yeah, I can alright, so fishing geo, okay, so I can edit that when we're done. Thank you for pointing that out, Devin. Matthew Todd. Yeah, 10-4 on that, Matthew. Let's see. I laid down at the Tamarack in West Virginia, and then Curtis woke. I'm hungry. Let's eat. So he woke me up to make sure he got fed. All right. Yeah, 10-4 on the door panels there, Deb. Yep, no. It is alive, Robert. The ignition switch isn't an anti-theft device. It's actually an MPG device. If I'm going down a hill, gravity's maintaining my speed, I turn that damn thing off and it stops using fuel. Matthew, woo, tick, 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 tick. Runs like a fire, Robert. Sean, woo. Oh, yeah, Sean. Well, we drove through Ohio yesterday. It rained for quite a bit. Brent, yeah, we'll test. Well, it's a starter. Test driving isn't going to improve much on that. Yeah, we ain't going to do no burnouts there, Deb. Actually, Robert, is 50 horsepower. 50. Deb, yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is actually, this was the Darlington throwback hat. Part of the uniform we wore last year. And, just to clue y'all in, I have seen our new throwback paint scheme, but I don't know if I'm authorized to mention or describe it. And once I find out, if I can, I'll share it with y'all. Yeah, Keen Parks, Miss TJ and Tom. Oh, okay. Well, Robert, I have to touch it to be able to read the damn comments. I'm sorry. Rosie Greer, I think he was. Matthew at the windshield doctor, killing time. 10-4 on that, Matt. Do you work at the windshield doctor? I actually repaired a bullseye on our tire guy's car last week there in the parking lot. So back to this light. I didn't pay $5 for it. It was like $3.75 with tax. I highly recommend everybody get one. Yep, 10 stars, absolutely. Yep. Sean Gilkey, yeah, at AutoZone. That's where I found it. Excuse me. Wayne Bird, hello. Matthew Todd, that's a good question. Let's see. About that for a while. All right, so let's. If you go on one tool to take on an island forever. Okay, so what you're saying is I'm stranded. I'm freaking Tom Hanks. With the soccer ball, and I get to have one tool. What would it be? All right, let me think. The first thing that popped into my head, I mean, as soon as I read that, was a magnifying glass. But I'm not so sure. I mean, you can start fires with a magnifying glass. You can make a telescope with a magnifying glass. You can big old, yeah. But probably not a magnifying glass. And a hammer, I mean, you can use a rock for a hammer. I'm starting to think a knife. Okay, and I really want to say that we need to rule multi-tools out, because then you've got 40 tools in one thing. We're dealing with one tool. And what do you need when you're on the desert island? You need water, you need shelter, food. You know, a bucket would be useful. You could fill it with sand and use it to make a sand castle to hide in or whatever. You could with a little bit of finagling, you could probably distill water with it. You could probably make a fish trap out of it. Now, whether or not you could do all three of those with the same bucket, I don't know. Because you need shelter, water, and food. And I know you might not think of a bucket as a tool, but I do. Yeah, let's go with bucket for right now. Oh, Matthew's talking about an F4 tornado Saturday night. Okay, missing. All right, where was the F4 tornado there, Matthew? And clue us in on that. Deb, no, I don't think it's outlawed. I mean, you're talking about my kill switch. Now, I will tell you that if that was an automatic transmission car, Andy Nasser, I don't think we, and we'll just leave it at that. I do not know exactly where we found. We had we cut a tire down, and it caused some body damage, and it caused a little bit of suspension damage, and we just weren't never the same after that. So let's see, Devin. I'm expecting he did make it home. Like I said last night, he wasn't in the desert, and I'm sure he's got a phone. I expect he probably just got some water up in there and kept digging. Oh, Matt works in the customer service industry. Oh, okay. So you getting a windshield repaired maybe? Doug Contra, got to go back to work tomorrow. So, and that's actually of my I got stuff I got to do. I'm going in tomorrow to get some stuff done. James Hart's missing me by a week. 10-4 on that, Devin. My brother says a frame hammer. Chris Paul, yes, I sleep. I sleep at night. That's when I rest. Drives me insane. Sometimes, I'll get home and it's just how can I put it? Sleeping in the daylight bugs me. But I do it every once in a while, and it pisses me off when I wake up. Matthew would have a can opener. A wire saw would be a good one. Yeah. Can cut fish, bundle things. Yeah. Sings. There's a hole in my bucket. Alright, Matthew. Alright, what is 50 miles? Oh, the F1 was 50 miles north. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, 10-4 on that. I didn't realize that was illegal in Texas. Alright, for what it matters, though, let me explain this. It's a standard transmission car. It does not have any power steering. And oh, Matt. Okay, so the tornado. Then, yeah, 10-4. Matthew Todd, you're right. Great call, y'all, Mr. Mechanic, anything he drives, awesome. All right, what was? Yeah, well, I was a mechanic for a long time. And actually, Curtis was telling me that was one of the reasons I got hired. Is when something fails on the truck, I can usually fix it before a tow truck gets there. And since I've been here at Front Row, I Go Fast. I have had to repair the truck on the side of the road once. And I have done a lot of repairs at the shop that I caught before they nailed me on the road. But no, I had one horror story trip when I worked for Front Row. The entire trip was just a mechanical horror story. And it all stemmed from a cracked exhaust pipe that
it burned brake hoses. It and eventually I ended up pulling the exhaust system off of that truck on the side of the road on Donner Pass, and threw it in the freaking ditch. Had a California trooper come up, and I just knew. I mean, I'm stripping the exhaust system off this truck on the side of the road, and I just knew he was going to write me up. And I was working on the truck, and he comes up and he goes, "You having problems?" I go, "Yeah. Do I need to call anybody?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I think I've got to sort it out." And he goes, "What you hauling?" And I go, "Race car." And he's like, "Race car?" Yeah. And I ended up sitting there another hour and a half tearing stuff off this truck and throwing it in the ditch. And he sat there with his lights on behind me till I could leave. I let him crawl up in the trailer and, you know, look at the cars and everything, and he was just happy as a pig, and you know what? All right. All right. I had to move a little bit. Maybe we'll get a better signal. I just elevated y'all about a foot here. What's your Altima doing there, Debbie? Yeah, 10-4 on that, Andy NASCAR. Actually, I saw some late model guys on the side of the road this morning, and I was busy trying to get my starter and everything, and there was 5 of them there. And so if 5 of those guys couldn't fix that truck, then, you know. But anyway, I got to thinking, and I thought about something I could go tell them, but if I went and told them, I'd probably get my ass kicked. So, but what I was going to tell them was, you have to get to the race before you can race, and you have to treat that truck just like you treat that damn race car. You got to take care of it. But anyway, I decided not to do that, because, like I said, I probably would have got my butt kicked. They, you know, 5 guys standing around looking at their damn race hauler. I was tired. I probably wouldn't have been able to reel that in and keep my mouth shut. All right, we're gonna have to move you. Not stable enough. And yeah, 10-4. You're welcome. What are we? Oh, the Altima's just sitting under the tree waiting. Okay, well, what's it waiting for? What's wrong with it there? Is it just waiting for documentation? Is it waiting for an engine? What's it waiting on? Yeah. Tell you what, if I know some of y'all work, don't you? If y'all care to bear with me, I can move the car and probably work on that damn door. If I mean, it ain't gonna be. Alright, 10-4. Yeah, well, Robert's not at work, I understand. Took a small hit in front quarter panel. Small scrape, underside. Had less than 56K. Bought new, just been sitting since several years. Okay, so it's been sitting because it's got a dent? Does it run? Deb, was the dent a hit and run situation, maybe? Did wing card. Don't use State Farm. Yep. Uninsured motorist hit me. Okay. Alright, inform that. So is it, I mean, is it ugly or is it just kind of a scar? I mean, ugly by twisted bumper, knocked out headlight. Does the car still drive straight down the road? Alright, Deb, how long's it been set? I think you may have said that a while back. And what year is it? Alright, so it's a 96. And how long has it been sitting now? Eight years. Oh Lord. Under a tree. Okay. Okay, I would suggest sneaking up on it first. Is the best way I can describe it. You got to sneak up on it. Okay, and by sneak up, I mean have somebody evaluate the car first. I would jack it up, take the wheels off, inspect the driveline, inspect the suspension, see if it still holds brake fluid. You know, make sure it's still a viable roller. And if not, you know, just write you a list, and then, you know, how can I put it? I mean, scrap it's $200, right? But if it's running, it's probably $1,500, $2,000. And you can sit there and do the math, you know. I mean, if more than likely, I'm going to be honest with you, save for possibly having to replace the fuel tank because of the shit gas. Although it's been 8 years, if you haven't put any gas in it in 8 years, you might be good. You might get away with just changing the fuel filter. But I'd say, have you got any mechanics you trust? Have you got one anywhere you trust? Yeah, speaking of that, Robert, did we not, I ended up putting a distributor or something in there, didn't I? I'm trying to remember where the damn distributor come from. I've already forgotten. Did I go out and buy it? Did you buy it? Where the hell did that thing come from? All right, Robert got it off of eBay. All right, 10-4. 10-4. Well, Deb, if you love the car, then sometimes you got to spend the money. I mean, like this damn Geo, it does me too good not to take care of it. Although I'm getting ready to shovel. I'm getting ready to shovel some money into that car. But considering that it pays for itself twice every year in fuels, it's warranted, you know. All right, Matt's back. 10-4. Yeah, I mean, my ex-in-laws had this Nissan Maxima rolling around, and the transmission was making a horrendous noise, and they were getting ready to scrap it. And I snuck up on it, and I ended up spending 5 hours and replaced a $27 bearing. And they drove that car another 4 years. And they were getting ready to scrap it. Yeah, the insurance companies will do that, you know, yeah. Oh, the car is so old. You know, we'll give you $500 and total it. And you're like, well, no. Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch out for those insurance scams. And see, what really pisses me off is that the money that the insurance companies dole out, you know, you assume that that money comes from the premiums that you pay. No. That is actual government money. Okay, the government provides the money that the insurance company doles out. The premiums are just so that they can stand there and be ready to dole out the money or tell you you can't get it. Yeah. See, badass light right here too. That's another one. I think I got this one at AutoZone too. But it looks like a big heavy light. And actually it's got three C cells, I think, but uh-oh. Here, hold on. I don't think I've ever had this thing open. I thought it had AAA's in it. Yeah, put that back in there, dumbass. Don't take it apart. It worked fine. Why'd you have to do that? Alright. Hopefully it'll go back together now. Hopefully it'll still work.
There you go. Still worked. All right. Robert? I'll elaborate later. State Farm took the insurance off the car. Dealership refused to tow car or have it on their property uninsured to fix. All bullshit. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Alright. Okay, so, y'all are gonna hang out. I guess let me move some shit around. I'll get this situated and we'll tear into this door. How's that? Yeah, let's do that. Might as well while I'm sitting here thinking about it. Oh, neighborly State Farm, yeah. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Alright, give me a minute here. Oh! Okay, so we'll set y'all there. Move this table a little bit. Almost. Give me a second here. Where are y'all at? That right side up? I think that's the right side. Gravity's gonna hold us open. Hold on. Get the fan to the point where I can move some shit. Oh. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is gonna, there's stuff all involved here. Trying to figure out. And it's just gonna make too much noise. Here. Let's see. Y'all. Just start off. It's been a couple of years since I've had this thing apart. But what it is it feels like the handle's still attached. I think something's come loose inside. Let's do there for some reason. Alright, so now we need parts today. Try this. It's just aluminum. That's some of my atomic age stuff. Aluminum washboard. Get the plug out. Missed that already. Get the plug out. Then we're gonna have to take the door. Can you all see that? There's no leg in the way. Now, y'all can see it for all the damn aluminum. Let's take it out my leg. I gotta think about this before I get too aggressive. Maybe, yeah. And then again, maybe I'm just. Alright, so let's do y'all a trick real quick. If you ever have to get in, if you're familiar with the door hand, with the window regulators, although nobody uses them anymore. There's a clip. Can y'all even see that? Yeah. Okay, here, let's see. Camera. Okay, let's see. So, can y'all see that? Yeah, you can see that. Alright. This thing snaps on. It's a spline shaft in the door, a spline socket in the handle, and there's a little clip that engages them. And they make a special tool, but here's my special tool. Come on. Yes. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yep. Back there somewhere. I know you are. Come on. Anyway, the idea is that the rag will grab the end of the clip and pull it loose, but I'm not feeling that happening. So now I need to find me a little hook. Hold on. I know I did this rag the last time. This will work. Just be patient. There we go. There. Darn catch. That means right there. Can you see it? No. Oh. There it is. Okay, come on. There you go. Alright. So anyway, got a spline shaft. You got a splined hole. And then this little clippy lives in there like that. And you see how it interferes with the splined hole? You can just pop it on there and yeah, so anyway. Alright. Now this guy. Seems to me there's a Phillips head screw holds this damn thing on somehow. Here, hold on. I've got another door handle somewhere before I go breaking this. Pull the other one out for reference. So, alright, so this is the other side. And there's going to end up being a screw right there for this. I just need to get the escutcheon off without destroying it. This escutcheon, this is called an escutcheon. And this ragged piece of crap, you see, that there was no sense in putting that back on. Alright, so here's an escutcheon right here. And that's for this. And so it snaps together in a very aggressive manner there. I'm going to get that loose without destroying it. I've been here before. I shouldn't have to be asking these questions. Yep. Okay. And here's one of these. What side is that? It doesn't look broke. You might be missing something. Is that this side? No. This is all passenger side shit. Don't do me that. Extra parts, bolts. This bag right here was actually in the glove box when I bought the car, and there's the screws that are missing. Okay. Alright, so we'll pursue them later. Alright, here we go. Come over. There you go. One more. So I got 4 of them loose. 3 of them. There we go. And didn't break it. Awesome. This thing, there's no. Why in the hell would you even put something shaped like that behind this? It don't even really fit. Okay, so lay that there. Ding. Alright, so actually, alright, now that that's loose, we can take this, some of the clews are missing in this panel, so there we go. Pop. 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 There we go. Now, one of the booger-boos on this is a seat belt. There we go. Let's lay this on the roof right now. Alright, so we'll get all aggressive and shit. I'm wondering. Okay, so I don't think there's anything broke. Here, check it out. Alright. We got a light. I don't have a damn control for a light. Damn it. Alright. The part we're just gonna hose it down with some WD-40, maybe something stuck. Just hose that whole damn latch assembly down. Okay. Now, hold on just a second. Where'd that damn flashlight go? Pick this up before I leave. Now there is something deflecting all messed up down there. Damn window channels in the way. I can't see nothing. Yeah, a lot of trail on this one rod that don't happen down. Okay, now I'm seeing. There's all sorts of weird shit going on here. What happens when we do this? That I don't think is right. Almost looks like something is bent. Like somebody tried to break in, because if, let's see, this, alright, so that's just supposed to push down. Yeah. So if we push it down, what happens? Go down. I can't imagine somebody trying to break into this piece of shit. Alright, maybe I'm missing something here.
Last time I was in this thing, I had to tear it all the freak apart. I wonder if something like that. Hold on. One thing's always bugged me, the damn locks on this thing don't feel like they do anything. Alright, that's there. There. I'm gonna have to take this whole damn thing out. And I think I gotta take the window out to make it all friendly. That's crazy. I ain't doing that. Alright, what's this? If anything, there. Maybe a plastic bushing's gone. I mean, if I go like that. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ow, ow, that hurt. That was my back. So it'll unlock, but it won't lock. That's unlocked. See that part right there. That's, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, what was that? What did I just feel there? What? Oh, there is something broke. Yep, there it is. Okay, that's broke. Bigger than shit. Yeah. Okay, so now if I take this, yeah, okay. So if I'm trying to make it work, I'm pushing down. Okay. So
now as that rod falls to the center of the earth. Nope, there it is. Okay. Alright, so if I take this and we're unlocked and I go like this, there. Okay. That's just too much damn pressure for that little piece of plastic piece of shit. Alright. So, is that something I can apply? There's going to be a lot of damn tension on that. And there's all sorts of freaking moving parts right in a minute. Right. Yeah. So that's going to require new parts. Okay. I think it's time for a beer. Yep. Okay. So anyway, what we got going on? Y'all still here?
Good Lord, 15 actually watching this.
Anyway, this little piece right here, this little black part, it shouldn't be floating around right here where I can show you. And now that I look at the part that's broke, there's not that much damn material there to be doing the. Anyway, this thing is hooked to the outside door handle, and when you pull on the door handle, it pushes down on this rod. Broken freaking door handle. And I know I've never been that aggressive with that handle. I think stuck in the freaking yard wall. It was Curtis trying to call me at 2 in time, and so I tried calling him back, and he's not answering. Typical Curtis. So, anyway. There's not even enough, I mean, the spot where this thing broke, there's not, if I put some epoxy there, there's not enough surface area there. It's got a clip somewhere. Turning gas. That's pretty. Stay here. Oh, what are we gonna do? I guess we're going to take a trip to the auto parts store. Although they ain't going to have it. Here again, it's going to be a week before I can get a part. The one and only thing I don't like about this car, nobody stocks parts. gotta come out. I guess we can try epoxying it. I gotta get it disassembled. Let's see, I got 3/4 of a thread showing here. Go ahead and take this off. So, here's the part that broke. Okay. This area right here. Okay, what it is, door handle. And you pull on the door handle. You see how that one's there? Well, there should be one right here. That's it, right there. I'm very ginger with that. I might could get that to work. That right there is what that's supposed to look like. But instead it looks like that. It's just there's a high stress spot that has absolutely not enough. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Yeah, that's a high stress. There's a lot of stress right there, and it's a complicated casting, and there's just one plane of where the material there's just not that much material there. Just thinking about super glue, but God almighty.